Okay, hi. I think. I'm not sure if y'all are with me, but there's been... Oh, here I am. I don't need to be watching this anymore. Some sort of magic. But as you can see, there's been a big old earthquake just here in the Gulf of Alaska, and we've got a tsunami warning, and it's all the way over here in New Zealand, which is quite far away, but you can sort of see how it might be a big deal. And you know, there's a nice big wall here for it to bounce off, so we've got got Null School, of course, loaded up, and here we actually can see from the earthquake it's actually bounced off and is headed our way by the looks of it. So I mean, it's not just headed our way, of course. It's headed clean across the Pacific, and we've got a 12-hour warning. That was 1 hour ago, so we're looking at the wave as it approaches over the 12 hours. I'm not sure if I'm going to be here to watch it the whole time live. That doesn't really matter. I mean, you can actually watch it yourself at nullschool.net. I just figure I'm going to stream this live as it happens, because it's probably a big deal. There's a lot going on around these parts, as far as I'm aware. Let's pull up the map and see what we can do as well in the way of map stuff. Map stuff. You can tell I'm super internet au fait. Map stuff is important stuff. I don't want an Excel file. Oh, come on now. Come on now, DuckDuckGo. Here we go. Thank you. So that's an interesting start. It's put me right in the middle of Otangare. That's not where I am. Honest. I haven't... Yeah, anyway. Let's not diddle around with that. Let's go straight to satellite, because... Oh, goddamn clouds. They put these clouds in... I really wish they wouldn't. Okay, we'll go back to map then. You can't win. So we got Honolulu. Oh shit. They're fucked. Aren't they? Let's have a look. Yeah, they're pretty fucked. If the tsunami is going to affect New Zealand, it's going to seriously affect Honolulu and Hawaii as a whole, in fact. We've got a few atolls here and there. The Marshall Islands is basically going to... That's everyone. Everyone's in a lot of trouble. If that's not just New Zealand, but all of our neighbours basically are in the line of fire for this. Oh boy. Oh boy. I mean, I don't even know what you can do to I've shared the civil defense warning. Let me read the civil defense warning. We got update 1. The Ministry of Civil Defense and Emergency Management at the GNS Science are currently assessing whether 8.0 earthquake, which it wasn't actually. What have we actually got? We've got a 7.9 is what it turned out to be. So that's what that is. 7.9 magnitude earthquake is what it actually was. Off the Gulf of Alaska has created a tsunami that can affect New Zealand. And here we have, obviously, the tsunami. And as it encounters these waves coming in from the west over there, you can see it's moving west. This is really interesting. I've never seen a tsunami like this. I've never seen this sort of thing at all. That's very fascinating. So what does that mean for? That doesn't mean good things for Hawaii. If you're in Hawaii, this is not a drill. Holy shit. You guys are all just gonna wander around thinking that this is not a drill. Oh fuck, Hawaii. Oh boy. Oh boy. What can I do about that? I can't do anything. Hopefully someone's got their eye on this. I mean, I've had my attention brought to it. So hopefully someone else has mentioned it, someone with some sway in Hawaii, hopefully. But also, if you have family or friends who happen to be in any of the islands, I mean, in the South Pacific over here, we've got a lot of places that you may have friends and family. If you're in New Zealand, you probably do. I will hazard a guess. We really need to address this if we can. Everyone needs to get ready. This is potentially going to be a big deal. New Zealand might not be so badly affected. I don't think so, probably. We always seem to get off. And you can see why we've got Hawaii to shield the blow, and then we've got all these other islands to disperse the waves. But this is going to be a big one, for sure. We've got a certain amount of time, obviously, and oh look, there's a new track. Hang on a second. I've got this crazy idea. I'm gonna do something. There, oh, there we go. That worked. I'm gonna put on a little bit of the old SoundCloud stuff. But this time, instead of feeling like a nonce about it, by getting all sorts of random music that turns out to get copyrighted and all sorts of weird stuff like that, I'm actually going to sit and look at it and choose stuff. I just got a notification from SoundCloud, you see, on my phone, and I figure when we're going to watch an earthquake, a tsunami come crashing through the South Pacific and potentially kill us, we go and we listen to SoundCloud, don't we? That's what most people do, I think. You know, we start streaming on YouTube and listening to SoundCloud. If that's not what you do, well, that is what I've done. So, welcome to this. What this has become. This has become watching a tsunami while listening to what I choose as I go surfing through SoundCloud. After I sign in, which is happening slowly but surely. I'm just making my way in. Yes. I've got a different login to the ones that I usually would go with. Ah, yes. No. Okay. Oh, gosh. Good gosh. It's been so long. Aha. Now, of course, we're not just going to listen to me, because that would be really depressing, I think, watching a tsunami. But my friend, a good friend of mine, has been releasing music quite a lot lately. A couple of them have, actually, and I'm interested in playing some of their stuff. I've sort of preliminarily asked for permission at some stage, so here we go. This is a friend of mine, Angela, and this is her song Y2. Oh, and something in the background apparently. This is quite appropriate as well, actually. There's no more good times or laughter. course, this couldn't be better timing.
Holding on the rope got me 10 feet off the ground. I'm hearing what you say, but I
We've
just
got another
can't
update, but
make a sound.
I just can't make a sound.
They tell me that you mean it, then you go and cut me down. But wait, you tell me that you're sorry, didn't think I'd turn around and say that it's too late to apologize. It's too late. Instead, it's too late to apologize. It's too late. Take another chance, take a fall, take a shot from you. I need you like a heart needs a beat, but it's not from you. Yeah, I loved you with the fire red, now it's turning blue. And to say sorry like the angel heaven let me think was you. But I'm afraid it's too late to apologize. It's too late. I said it's too late to apologize. It's too late. 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 Said it's too late to apologize. It's too late. I'm holding on a rope, got me 10 feet off the ground.
Okay, so not only do I get a copyright strike for this stream, I also have another update for everyone. What's happened is that the Ministry of Civil Defence and Emergency Management has advised that New Zealand Civil Defence has advised that there is no tsunami threat to New Zealand from the earthquake in the Gulf of Alaska. Repeat, there is no tsunami threat to New Zealand from the earthquake in the Gulf of Alaska. However, strong currents and surges may be expected for the next 24 hours. So what we're going to have to look at right now is the strong currents and surges. Let's change the overlay so that we can see. So we do have... Is that the strong current right there, is it? So we've had an outward ripple, which has taken that shape, which is very hard to see with this overlay up. There we are. So it's taken this shape, and we've got what looks like another ripple, maybe. I thought that that was a current going through. Let's have a look. I thought that was going through. It is. It is going through, so that's not what we've got. Sorry, again, I'm not a weatherman. I'm not a weatherman at all. How deep do we need to go, maybe? Can we go deep? I want to go real deep. No. We can't go any deeper than we are. So, I don't really see no current over here. I mean, I do, but it looks like a current that's pretty standard. And I have a sneaking suspicion that these waves they're not going to be particularly big either. They're going to peter out as well. But let's see. I mean, I'm just going to watch and see if they move. I'm going to keep my cursor here. I'm just going to leave it for a minute, and we'll see. And what we'll do is actually, I won't just leave it for a minute because that would be boring, wouldn't it? Just sit here and watch the bloody boring nothing. Instead of that, let's see if I can't find another song that sort of meets the criteria. So I'll just go to my old following playlist and we'll see what we can find. Oh wow, there's all sorts of stuff going on here. Let's get something from JCK. I don't really, I'm just gonna randomly pick something, you see, so let's go for this. This is Thunderkiss 1965. You know, since we've already got the copyright breach. Okay. So, what we've got going on here now is I totally forgot to put a marker in there, and I could have just done that. It looks like it's moving pretty quickly, though. Oh, this is as much as I can zoom in. I can zoom around now with my marker. It's moved. It's definitely moved. It seems... I don't know, though, about this. I think that the big one is actually going to be back here still. I think that this is just a preliminary set, and that what we're looking at is actually gonna come through. Obviously, it's not risking me where I am, but that doesn't mean it's not a tsunami nonetheless, you know, and probably a big deal, I would imagine. So we're gonna keep following it anyway. It looks like it is moving the front of it. But it's hard to say, and we're gonna give it some more time. And while we give it some more time, let's listen to a little bit more JCK. This is Babylon from JCK.
And the horn comes to power 1 hour with the beat, which is that appetite rush. It is true. Leaders from the old Roman Empire who come to power, there is was no governor. The Luthorn of the exterminate, especially that name was number us, Yarwood, and he becomes the world's dictator. 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 Dictator.
You came out of mine, you think what's out is of time. I know your love is like some idiots, eating chicken from the grill and picking off the shitty bits, chilling like some city kids, picking off the bitty bits from my ass, from the grass, playing touch in the park. So Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Ain't it cool that it's summer down here? And even though the world don't even know we exist, man, this country is the prettiest. And dude, I'm getting sweaty, let's go for a swim. Can't go to the gym, nearly broken a limb from doing backflips off the wall. Yo, do a somersault off the bouncy ball. The chicks love that shit. It's time to show off and start a freestyle and kick the flow off. Mission day to the mount, people show love. This summer's gonna go off. Drinking in the daylight, drinking in the sunshine, drinking in the afternoon. What time will suit you, cause I'm a come scoop you. We'll be drinking in the morning too. Drinking in the daylight, drinking in the sunshine, drinking in the afternoon. What time will suit you, cause I'm a come scoop you. We'll be drinking in the morning too. And the weather's gonna be fine, they say, yeah, the weather's gonna be fine, they say, yeah, the weather's gonna be fine, they say, yeah, the weather's gonna be fine, they say.
Chillin' from AM to PM, who knows how late we'll go. See when we throw back a few beers, well then, there's not many cares. We're just doing what we're doing, see what happens, pursuing, practicing some rapping as the liquor gets us slippy. Listening to hippies, talking trippy, eating treats from the Barbie, meeting people at the party with some pizza and Bacardi. Under the sun, loving the fun, acting a fool, but keeping it cool. Nice mood, nice food too, good dudes and good booze. Nice chicks, looking nicer by the hour as I devour the Salka. Whole lot of good times to be had. No need to go and get mad, man. Just sit back and be glad that we can sip on this can. That ain't bad.
Drinking in the daylight, drinking in the sunshine, drinking in the afternoon. What time will suit you, cause I'm a come scoop you. We'll be drinking in the morning too. Drinking in the daylight, drinking in the sunshine, drinking in the afternoon. What time will suit you, cause I'm a come scoop you. We'll be drinking in the morning too. And the weather's gonna be fine, they say, yeah, the weather's gonna be fine, they say, yeah, the weather's gonna be fine, they say, yeah, the weather's gonna be fine, they say.
Well then, hello again. That was a run from JCK, someone I'm following on SoundCloud. If you want me to follow you on SoundCloud and put you in these live streams, that'd be cool. And if you know an easy way that I can have a playlist that just, hang on, before I go and ask, let me have a look. Doesn't look that way. If you know how I can make a playlist easily that just randomly selects from all the people I'm following, that'd be really nice. That's not what it looks like is happening for the most part. Anyway, let's hear what Dr. Apocalypse has got. I know that he's been producing like nobody's business, so let's go for the Nutcracker, shall we? It's not safe for work. But we're gonna listen to it anyway because I'm not at work.
puts her arms over me. She steals the covers, I steal them back. She wakes me up with a heart attack. There's one problem, I must confess. She's going to work and she's getting dressed, but I got nothing to do today except stand on this corner and sing and play.
Lol.
She makes the money and I make none.
I just realized
It's a burden that weighs a ton.
more
She
JCK.
wants me to marry her, but I can't afford the register. She wants white gold and diamond, white gold and diamond, white gold and diamond, Tiffany ring. I'm teaching her to play the guitar. She says one day you're gonna be a star. We live close to the ocean side. She says one day, babe, I'm gonna be your bride. She's so pretty, she's so fresh. A storm in a teacup, she's one hot mess. We jumped in the water for a water fight. We're dressing up for a date night tonight. She says I'm proud to be on your arm. You're a little bit older, but got so much charm. Thankful for the joy she brings. I can't afford that Tiffany ring. She wants white gold and diamond, white gold and diamond, white gold and diamond, Tiffany ring. She wants white gold and diamond, white gold and diamond, white gold and diamond, Tiffany ring. White gold and diamond, white gold and diamond, white gold and diamond, Tiffany ring. Whoa, 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 whoa. I can't afford that thing. I can't afford that thing. The song better be a hit, so I can't afford that. Check, check. I'm so sorry. Check, check.
Wow, way to cut
so
in.
sorry. She was only 21, just another kid looking for some fun. Girl living on the run. Parents didn't get along very well. Ran away cause her life was hell. Hang out with some guys who ran in the gang. Used to beat her all these lines all the time. Man, tell her she was pretty, tell her she was fine. Get her drunk, get her doped up out of her mind. Force used to turn to rape. Every man in the gang had a turn to take. Life was a mistake, she was gonna break. Scared to go to sleep, so she just lay awake, dreaming of the day she could run away. All she wanted was some time in the sunshine. Wanted everything to be alright. These men are gonna take your life tonight. Her spirit, it walks through the fog. Leads me from the city, take me down to the falls. She stops and she turns up the tree. That's when she spoke to me.
They killed me.
Are you dead, dead, dead?
Somebody find my body. till you find my bones.
And I guess I didn't even want to hear it. Since I was a child, I've been sensitive to spirits. She came and she spoke to me, told me that her only hope was me, and I could feel this great sense of sorrow. The ghost won't let me wait until tomorrow, and I guess I did everything I could. I remember she's a member of my own neighborhood. It wasn't any good in this little town. We've always had our killers, low-life scumbags and other drug dealers, and I wonder how her parents feel now that she's gone. She don't need no memory, her spirit lives on in the song. No one ever found the man who did it. No one would come forward, no one would admit it. Police couldn't crack the case, so they quit it. No one found the body, bro, or where they hid it. Maybe she'll give me some pictures of their faces. These killers, yeah, these low-life rapists. It's a cold world and I'm so sorry. I wanna help you, girl, I'm telling a story. Her spirit, it walks through the fog, leads me from the city, take me down to the falls. She stops and she turns at the tree. That's when she spoke to me.
They killed me. Somebody find my body. They killed me. Somebody find my body. 'Cause I can never rest till you take me home. And I can never rest till you find my bones.
What's your name, Siri? I said to the mist, a vision of a woman with her hands clenched in her fist. My name is Lucy, you know who I was. I can't rest while my body is lost. Please find me and put me to rest. Follow me now and I'll show you where it is, where my body lies, out there by the falls. Wait, I gotta find a spade, I gotta find a torch. Drove to the spot where the spirit says she lay. I must have been crazy. I dug in a spot until I hit a box. Then I fell into shock.
They killed me. Somebody find my body. They killed me. Somebody find my body. 'Cause I can never rest till you take me home. And I can never rest till you find my bones.
I heard her say as she walked away.
Please find my bones. Find my body. Find my bones. Find my body. Find my bones. Find my body. Find my bones. Find my body.
Yeah, you're not gonna get me this time, motherfucker. No, that was a really appropriately dark song about finding bodies. Hopefully no one's going to be having too much trouble finding bodies after the tsunami has struck. As you can see, these initial ripples do seem to be progressing from my marker here in the process of just 2 songs, or 3 songs, so you know, roughly 15 minutes has actually moved. Okay, what do we got now? 43.04 north, 42.013, so it's moved, it's moving quite fast. It is moving quite fast, and I mean, I don't know if this is the tsunami front. It looks like it might be. Logic dictates that it would be, because I would expect that the quake was here, so you would expect it would hit, the ripple would hit across here, and a lot of it would be bounced in here and do exactly what it's doing here. But some of it would hit along here, this wave and bounce back that away, and that's where I started looking, and that's where I found it. So, and if you have a look, also these currents appear to have, well, these wave patterns appear to have been following a different formation before this. So I would expect that this is the front. Let's have another look at our actual currents, because that's the real. They're saying underwater currents might be rough. I don't think. Maybe these aren't the underwater currents. Oh, sorry. Chewing. Maybe these aren't the underwater currents. Maybe they. Come on now. There we are. Because we're not seeing much variation still here. I mean, maybe that's. Maybe this. Let's have a look if there's been more. Oh, there have been more earthquakes. Many more. They have just been ticking along every 10-20 minutes by the looks of it. Every 10 minutes, roughly. 5 sometimes. Not big ones though. Let's make sure that we only get the ones that we're looking at. Not very big ones. But enough to push our big one, formerly the biggest one, right off the bottom. Looks like it. Off the bottom of the list. So we're looking at quite a lot of activity now, but not major. Still have. Let's go back to the waves. But we still have this big wave. As you can see, it's actually starting to combine over here with this pressure from these other incoming waves, and you can see it's even spreading this away and ripping open there the pattern of the front. Now I don't know much about this sort of stuff, but I do know that that's what's happening there. That's pretty interesting. Well, I don't know that, but that's my guess. It's not an educated guess, it's just a guess. So here's actually Dr. Apocalypse.
Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest. Have a look at the headlock here. See that chap over there? Get your hand off my penis! This is the bloke who got me on the penis before.
I'm a living poster for the hazards of drugs. Come over to your house, wipe my ass on the rug. Bitch, slapping your dad and harassing your moms with your home movies. I've seen no massacres once. I'm as bad as the common irascible cunt. No for flashing at nuns and assassin with guns. For the massacre chunks when the battle is won. With a fat pair of sex with acid and cum in my pants when they hung, so they slap when I run. If you practice enough on the track with the drum, my axe is the level where I class you with scum. I'm Mad Max in the bad days with bastards and bloods. Fire adjective like guns from tactical truck. I could leave a punk abscess, spastic and fucked up bastard. The one punch style like a combative monk. Smash from the back to the front. Mad cannibal, redneck relatives like Dick Cheney, but radioactive. I may be insane from the rabies and cactus, but ladies go crazy and tear up their pants with satanic abandon. I'm Marilyn Manson, dysfunctional family man like the Jacksons or Skywalkers. I ought to get psychiatrical help, but I can't comprehend the attraction. Mind like a quantum process, I best guess. I'm the mad professor who possessed the best sense. Geneticist, devilish, planet X revenant, a tenor of my mental bed, my medical experiment. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm a quarter past. Fuck yeah, don't make me fucking come over there and cut you. Just kidding, we love you and your mom cause she's a slut too. Catch a kung fu fist up the butt while I'm mushrooms. Keep the neighbors awake by insatiable taste for the hatred. A major mistake on our police 10-7, but I made my escape so ugly I had officers erasing the tape. Get majorly baked with Doc Doom, Doc Octopus legs from Metropolis. To me that's apocalypse. Legion of goons with their ounce bags and bottles. Supercilious problem from Supervillains Anonymous. That's a hell of a blunt, indelible smell that hail it from the cannabis funk. Prone to hit your cerebellum like an elephant gun. Cannabinoid from the intelligent ones. I'm telling you, son, you get more than get embarrassed and drunk. Battalions of monks, a praise the Afghan and the skunk. They're raising it up, ablazing with the haziest buds. Travel through planes, your mind defines the radius of. Is that what made me a monster? Nah, anti-weed activist, because of my knob, the trouble and problems, drug abuse and struggle with cops. Oh, but yeah, because I couldn't do the fuck what I want. The works of life, sent to schools, the death factory, try to advance, so you get kicked to the sack actually, so you snap naturally, happily stack casualties. Became a mad doctor through all my grad faculties. Now I sing this refrain, curse by supernatural things in my brain. It did take a shrink to explain, but motherfuckers, yeah, it's gonna happen again.
Well, what is the charge? Eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal? Oh, that's a nice headlock, sir.
Coming up behind you, swear I'm gonna find you. Shove a butcher knife through your guts. Oh yeah, baby, baby, swear I'm gonna find you. Coming up behind you, you can suck on both of these nuts. I'm talking about testing through these nuts. All this testing, fucking suck on these. You can suck on both of these nuts. Suck on both of these nuts. Yeah, grapefruit pouch. You can suck on both of these nuts while you're dying.
And you, sir, are you waiting to receive my limp penis? Now, get your hands off there. Ta-ta and farewell.
And there we have it. A smooth transition from JCK to Dr. Apocalypse. And we'll obviously follow the pattern because, as I've mentioned, I don't know how to switch up the artists easily, and I can't be bothered. In all honesty, we're just going to do run for run until I can be bothered finding a new way, which probably won't happen today. We're refreshing. We haven't had much movement in that song, so we'll need another song to continue the experiment, per se. You will notice, though, we're getting more of a breakup around here. I keep moving the mouse around it to sort of highlight it as the video plays through, but you can see our current is our waves are blending, losing to the stronger wave current here, which is fantastic news for anyone to the west, including New Zealand, but it is not necessarily Hawaii out of the woods. As you can see, we've still got quite a dark front up here, and I'm beginning to think that maybe the shade of... Anyway, I don't know. Like I said, not a weatherman. Who gives a shit? Here's some more music, I think.
I don't know who you are, and I don't know what you want. If you're looking for autotune, I can tell you I don't have that. But what I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills I've acquired over a lot of years. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you.
Welcome to the Poison Cipher. Welcoming all to indulge in the wide and vast variety of poisonous poetry. Your first flavor.
Yo, it's Messy the Man. Catch up with me. We're never letting shit ride. MCs better get ready to die. Cause mess is progressing like government weapons. Any utter mention of me and my friends, and I slay a whole tribe. I make massacre music. My passion abuses your factions, acoustics, and primitive martial synthesized being sentenced for dying. Judgments upon you, make you pay for the crime. What you say with your rhymes is abomination. Frankenstein, your song creations, it's a waste of time. Feel like I'm waiting in line and my patience is flying off the hinges. Yo, I fight in scrimmage for a proper image, like I got to get it to a state of fine. So if you thought we were friends, you were acquaintance of mine. Made up my mind, you got to go. Once the ship's afloat, you can't stop the boat. Not forbid the boat, but this poisonous flow could drop your goat. But if your budget can match, we can bury the hatch. But I barely see past comparing to trash when all I drop is gold. I'm not sparing no change to these lanes that broke that don't pertain to ghosts. Just fake it till you make it and play the role. You're mistaken if you're thinking that this game is cold, cause hell's coming with me with the flamethrower, and it's aimed to grow as the pain unfolds. You stay on toes like ninjas and urinals. This is your funeral. You stay embodied, you leave your ghost as a beast from mode with a mean caffeine and mo just to sink your flow. I'm a lyrical stiletto here to bleed your throat. Our next selection is always served shaken and stirred. Take a swig back in the wet twist with some hydrosphere.
It's hydrosphere, I bleed you slow. Y'all punk motherfuckers really got to go. We fuck with a bullet skull, crush, killer flow. Individual rebels competing with the devils related. Never sleep when they virgin, hydro elevated. Coming with that lethal injection, injected deep in your neck and the eyes bleed bloody red with an ugly mess. Life, seeing death, people from the depths. Yeah, y'all thought you knew me. I'm a motherfucking beast, but you not confuse me with these internet gangsters always running their fingers, always claiming they'll shank you, but when they see you, they strangers. Buttercup pussy, safe place, hiding rookies. I'ma fuck you up cruelly, yeah, the violence consumes me. Leviathan, evil mind is grim. Silence I ride, do not confide in them. No, fuck snitches, you and your bitch could die slow. That's what you're getting when you step in the hydro. In the depths of my mind reveals the psycho. Gets real demented like the sayings of a tyrant soul. Sitting drinking whiskey, erupting chaos inside my own. Feeling empty symphony of destruction inside me grows. Breathe flame, melt bars, I'm cold. Hydro demons mold the pain, watch hell unfold. With the written prescription for the wickedest, sickest. With the rhythm indicative represents my violence is vengeance. Quote my sentences, these balls are limitless. Evolve my penmanship, I christen it with the viciousness. Still it's contrary to most explicit bitch. Let's seven deadly evokes. Reaching for your throat, come with toes closed. Catch a hydro, easy roll. God's watching as your devil unfold.
Our next poison is not for the weak of heart. It's a less subtle poison that takes its course in your veins and disrupts your nervous system. Try a dash of nati.
You step, fell into a lion's feast. Your squad like antelope and wildebeest will increase creep and attack the weak, attack the beef, bite deep in your flesh with teeth. Beneath the message is a hardcore psychopath. The man divided all of you, so I'm prone to smash. Go fashion stampede on your hate and ass. Fresh grenades at your mama, do the dab and laugh. Kushner's a break them down, rolling jail. The power to shake the ground, pop a pound. I go for your crown, find a brand new hustle with the bars and sound. Clowns wanna go to war where they can't be found. In the motherfucking ghetto where they claim to be. The lane of me when these hush puppies bark me off Molly, cocaine and ecstasy. I see y'all niggas ain't used to me. One of a full-grown bear calls extra sharp, but makes a dark crocodilian an extra hard. Extra eye sharp focus on the gatekeepers and the button pushers hiding low in the background. Try to stop a revolutionary with them goose and berries. Put the revolution right now. Take a side who you dying with. I'm riding with anybody that's down with this. No corporate interaction, independent spit that shut the whole damn world to a higher gift. Clouds and cliff, put your mental rocket ships. High knowledge, high thoughts in a hieroglyph. Oh shit, fat boy, he back again. Took a few L's, but I'm back to win. What a hand, roll a cushion, let's levitate. This shit rappers pussy twice, still I'm watching straight. Yeah.
The last poison is one of the most popular and deadly poisons that'll leave you weak.
It's Charlie. Muscle. They hope my cipher was the only one, cause they don't wanna see me make it. Well fuck them, I'm here for the next edition. They told me to stop it with chopping, even though they don't stop it. Not an option, they try to profit on everything I'm missing. Gotta give them what they want, right? Otherwise I'm just a loser, abusing every element of admission. Need permission to be dope, right? Fuck your opinion, my nigga, because it seems to be the only thing you get. Now you hope I wasn't beyond to be gone for ages. Will hold me back for eons for speaking on the statement. Contemplating taking me on for being so elated to the fact your only avenue was calling me a hater. With the way you sucking dick, I'ma call you lifesaver. About as real as lightsabers and weaker than rice paper. Caught in the tight chamber like Marcus and ninth graders. Overthinking about the levels I had to hate on me later. Try to tell them I'm a never less ghetto blaster. Next volume, do what I didn't cause and blasphemy on your whole crew. Behold true. Cause spitting 30, you catching 22. What you gon' do when the eyes of the devil scold you? Probably bitch crying, caught a fist in my home too. All of your subtle saltiness provokes me to cold blue. Black guy. Don't see a damn thing when I roll through except the final recital when your title's revoked too. You probably hate to hear him getting recognition. Probably hate to deal with an artist who's ambitious. Probably learn psychology just to say you was gifted, so none of these other rappers would notice you bullshit. Probably gang bang and 40 with 10 children and thinking you live safe cause your homies handle your business. Eventually you gon' notice the chances that you was given with effortless opportunities of a nigga who meant for you to die.
This is Dr. Apocalypse with a public service announcement for you stupid ass motherfuckers. Saying yeah lots of times in a row doesn't make a fucking chorus or a verse. Shit. I got a villain's mind and the illest rhymes. A militia fighter maliciously killing Philistines. From the villainous village of Doggerville, I'm continuously sipping the ill-advised to really shine. Prone to strip acrylic with lyrics simply apocalyptic. I make children die like the thalidomide when they need to distill it from the sins inside of a Christian Bible. The litmus lights up from the whiskey breath of my pissed recital. Blistered right up to hit the pipe with a crystal might want to twist the rivals up to Mr. Christ. My connection fits like a tent revolvers. The religious writer intent of trying to stop me. Get pistol whipped like Gaddafi. I'm jerking off in the morning coffee. I walk softly and carry a sledgehammer, triple X myth, grammar, flatten heads with Judge Dredd's madness. Forget Santa, I'm Bruce Banner nerdy, but if I get angry, get your Christmas presents early. The ones that Schwarzenegger measures by the megatons. What the ever loving Armageddon, fuck you better run. My Confederates are heavy metal loving rebel scumber, and I clutching lecherous bad intentional devil cunts. We're clever stunts, fuck the government on several fronts. We peddle drugs and leave motherfuckers with 7 nuts. It's revelry with some devilry, I level up. Super Saiyan chaos, I'm playing Sayer again, so what? My rhyme effects will twist your neck into your asses backwards. Burn down your discotheque with just my piss and matches. I'm Dr. Lecter with the necromantic trash compactors. He's a factor, and I'm also fucking blitzed on cat. Fun fact, it's not the combat or the gun blast that gave you brain disorders, but the salty taste of my nutsacks. I'm faulty, fatal, and fun, smacking you hunchback. Smoke a motherfucker like buns laced in a blood wrap. Mephistophelian like Christopher Lee in the most blistering beat twisted European in history. The incredible cannibal medical boss of operations. Ugly like Caitlyn Jenner, genital mutilations. I got abandoned nails and independent medications. I beat a magistrate degenerate for generations. Hospital administrators kicked me out because I played with a recipe. Made human centipedes out of my patients. Combine the minds of Rick Sanchez and Einstein. Scientific rhymes to finalize your rhyming timeline. And hell yes, we utilize the enterprise for drive-bys. Mad Max, a bad bastard, blast cats for fat stacks of that cash. We act rash, and snap necks of fat cats for black hash. And badlands like Batman and black friends with jackmans for crackheads. Combat skills like damn vets. The Baphomet of battle rep your bag to better. Philosophy I got is all pornography and pot mockeries to stop you thinking either logically or not. I'm unconscionably rotten, in case your progeny forgot. Argy like drinking a colostomy. Well, honestly, just cause I'm like Nikola Tesla, I make a deck of the rest. I'm sick and obsessed, I'm an outlaw from the wickedest west. Flop out my dick in a restaurant, take a shit on your desk. A bit of a mess, but frankly, I'm just sick of the stress. Ever since 97, it's a capital shill. With more shit than in the UN or on Capitol Hill. That's why I kill the TV and head on back to still. Cause if the blues don't say those brain cells, modern mumble rap will. Idiotic, and retarded, imbecilic, spit for profit, mental, make me vomit. But that's rhythm too hypnotic. Yeah.
So sorry.
Okay, so we've had some more earthquakes, obviously, quite a few more. Again, none of them anywhere near as big as the original 7.9, or the big one anyway. All about the same depth though, so, well, no, not at all. That's a massive generalization. There's not all of the same depth at all. Look, I'm not the fucking weatherman, did I mention? I think that what we are looking at though is a slight change in direction. You see how it is ripping up here, and every time I think what I might now do is measure how far forward that front goes, how far east that front travels, because I think that's what we might end up with is a wave that actually travels more eastward entirely. I don't know, obviously, and no one should panic, but I would look into it, getting away from the shore if you're in an area where I mean, don't do it now. Don't well, I mean, do it whenever you want. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but if you happen to be in the path of a wave that's coming like this, keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on it for now. Go to nullschool.net if you can't sit and watch it on YouTube with me, and watch it as it progresses. I'm doing it, and it's pretty interesting for me. We're gonna get another song in from Dr. Apocalypse, I believe, because
Edward T.
I'm pushing the button.
Crimes committed on the high seas. Such crimes do include, but are not limited to piracy, treason, murder, torture of the most heinous sort, including the brutal theft of one news twisted hairy right leg. By the authority granted me by His Majesty the King, with a goodly amount of personal satisfaction, I hereby place you in the custody of the court and declare you to be my prisoner.
Hail to the captain, the tactical overlord on the ocean for homicide, through you overboard. Could you with pistols on with sword, time to go for yours. Gonna get some teachers screaming out, oh Jehovah Lord. Save us from enslavement over nautical grave. I praise Satan for the slaughter on the water. We raise a great creek and cause a torture. Now you're forced to blame with no court to give it, stealing up the daughter away. It's a handsome sum when the ransom comes. I wanna get this hook hand wrapped some tankers of rum. The Navy with the anchor on cantankerous sun. By the thunder of my cannons, all those wankers are done. Call the admiral up, and I hope he goes crazy. Send the boats of dead sailors to Davy Jones daily. His whole Navy don't face me, neither do with Marines. I blew them all to smithereens while living Caribbean dreams. They can't touch this nautical nutcase sunk ship from pistol grip. Picture your drunk fit. The Spanish and the Dutch witness I'm the wrong pirate to fuck with. Leave them gutless with a cutlass, or make them dance to the hangman's tune. If the black sails loom like the specters of doom, you're correct to assume I collect with my goons, snapping necks for doubloons, still erect with a ruin. The skeptics will soon know the truth. I am back from the tomb, 40 fathoms deep, wrecked and exhumed. Return from the dead with a handful of vengeance. Presume that we're coming for you next and your crew. The kind of stories naval veterans tell. Me and my buccaneer confederates straight out of hell, with hellions forsaken galleons with venomous shells and cannonballs, and privateering for the devil himself. Multi-war lunatics boarding your schooner, spread gore from Port Walls and shores of Tortuga. That's wall-to-wall human debauchery, no rumors, just pork wine and hordes and never be more ruthless. Peg-legged, hook-handed, sword-swinging crooks, bandits of the sea lanes. We remade the most average. Treasure chest cracking crime bastards with eye patches, rhyming ancient mariners, crime and ancient perilous naval warfare sunk when your numbers up. Broadsides fire and the gunpowder thunderer. Sister wonder how your neck now becomes a stump. Piss and blood when I blast it with the blunderbuss. I feel more than alive, the steel's calling. We're running with the storm, so you got no real warning. We'll be giving you a choice to survive until next morning. Join the pirate crew, report from the keel haulers. 16 men on the dead man's chest. The sickly smell of powder smoke, then flesh splattered on the sails from these dead men's heads. A sticky red mist all that's strictly left. I'm tricking all these Navy scum. I get trapped, and you'll need a bigger frigate to contend with a captain. Put the governor in stocks, down his family's captain. Maybe use the flintlock or the axe to dispatch them. I'm out for the tactics, what they made me the captain for. I said the ransom demand, truly massive Lord Admiral gets drastic. Back with an active war, sitting in an active man of war called the Manticore. I the 3 stars on the belt of Orion, the 3 spikes on the iron trident of Poseidon. I'll make that ship mine if I have to crucify him. Raise up the sails if I can bring me the horizon. Cause there's no crew as hard as disease. Warrior thieves, we set a course for the following keys. Cause I made a solid promise to see the admiral said the head reduced to rotten disease. Load up the cannons and sharpen the swords. Right my horns, fly the flag for brutal murder and war. Ride the waves into battle and insidious force. Wipe the Navy from the ocean with the withering broadside. 100 guns bust 24 pounds and sending them down. My pirate brothers had them fucking surrounded. The Manticore fired back a vicious counter-attack. Took down the Queen Anne, fucking shattered the matchwood. We came around hard, loaded cannon to sharp change. Break the deck red, then we rammed it the hard way. Powder smoke turned the red dawn to a dark day. 100 Navy sailors macerated to shark bait. I swung across right ahead of the boulders. Pirates all around me reaping enemy souls. Told the admiral you never get another day older. Hit him with the steel and took his head from his shoulders.
God, that'd be the most scurvy bunch of bullshit I've ever heard in a dockside tavern. You stupid, drunken old wretch. You think we're gonna fucking believe that? Get the fuck out of here before we throw you out.
Okay, so we are looking at a few more quakes, I think. Yeah, definitely a few more. Again, nothing major, but it's still in the same region, so only adding to the oscillation, I guess, that's going on down here beneath the sea. That's not going to be necessarily helping the situation much, but it is just aftershocks. So the main tremor has happened. The major wave, I guess, is formed. I'm noticing some weird stuff over here. I don't need to say it again. When I take away the animation, you can see there's definitely a shift in the density of the waves here. So this, I think, is going to be maybe another ripple coming through across the existing ripples. I don't know. I really don't know, but we're watching it. You know, it'll become clearer as this wave continues to travel what in the hell is going on. But I mean, I've been watching this. I did a pre-recording just to test, and you know, you could definitely see it's progressed a wee bit since then. This front has, and it's definitely broken up a lot since then as well, which does suggest, because I didn't start watching it at the time of the earthquake, I didn't know there was going to be one. But it's having not watched it, I can't say for sure, but it does look as though this whole pattern here has been imposed on the area around it here, and even some of, because there's other quakes you got to remember in these areas over here. In fact, there's a lot of quakes in that general region, full stop. I don't think that's necessarily a good thing, but it may help fend off any incoming waves. I don't know how this stuff works. You know, I'm no super genius. In fact, I'm gonna leave you listening to less of me and a little bit more of Toki Cones. When he loads like nobody knows. And until then, you gotta listen to me a little bit more. That's a shame, but I'm sure that it's gonna happen sooner rather than later. Maybe not. Maybe we're reaching some sort of internet's troubles. Oh no. This may be the sudden end of the stream, guys. If so, I'm gonna keep an eye on it anyway. And if anything crazy... No, this isn't right. This isn't right, I'm not gonna do that. Let's start again. No, fuck you, Toki Cones. Let's skip then. Here we go.
Can you stop fucking
still
all
Toki
my
Cones.
mates? Joy is not a virgin, no. She's a flaming asshole. Takes it in her asshole to get the cash flow, and not so low. Joy is not a virgin, no. She's a flaming asshole. Takes it in her asshole to get the cash flow, and not so low. No, Joy's not a virgin. She been fucking for years. She'll suck your cock in your ears to get a couple of beers. She a straight skank, loves penises but hates wanks. Her cunt so large, feels like a needle in a haystack. So true, no traction for an old deuce. You could go loose on both tubes and watch them flow through. But Joy enjoys it, she gets enjoyment. Push up and joy, enjoy sex up and join on this vagina. You can count enough for straight sex, but don't go down enough. The last cunt that did, face started mounting up. Poppin' pussy, pimple juices, bitches got it all. No penis too small, she'll be riding on them all. Get inside and she'll be smelling, grinding, slamming on your balls. 8 to 9, trying to hide it, she'll be climbing on them all. So the next time you need us, let her beat and get your penis up. Turn Joy to meet at Pizza Hut, she'll be keen to fuck. Joy is not a virgin, no. She's a flaming asshole. Takes it in her asshole to get the cash flow, and not so low. Joy is not a virgin, no. She's a flaming asshole. Takes it in her asshole to get the cash flow, and not so low.
I met a mermaid, sliding dollars down her panties, trying to get a at a show and open a bird cage and get some bird brain. I've heard it's first grade and been on the Bacardi. I'm about to fucking party like it's my birthday. I'm a quiet chirpy. The downtown is hellbound. I'ma set off a violent earthquake and then around her brown mouth now. Her face down now. Thursday meltdown. I was thinking that the dream came true, watching the doorway that she came through. I seen her, believe I steam train proof with action replay moves and like to create bruises, the CA crew, bitch. She was screaming like her mother getting ass raised. I know that's our shame, but undercover rocket fucking rocket is alright. Dirty. She said Miles Murphy hurt me. I reached down to give her a funny surgery.
Boy, it's not a virgin, no. She's a flaming asshole. Sticks it in her asshole to get the cash flow, and not so low. Boy, it's not a virgin, no. She's a flaming asshole. Sticks it in her asshole to get the cash flow, and not so low.
Okay, let's have another refresh. So it seems as though this front has made no real progress beyond here. I see no real movement here, and this hasn't moved at all. So what we're watching here is there's definitely a build-up of force coming in here, and it is still behind this ripple, and this ripple is still here, and there still are waves moving in that direction, but it seems as though they're slowing down. That doesn't mean that they're less dangerous necessarily. In fact, I think this sort of carry on over here with the dark outline is to do with, like I said before, the density of the waves. Again, I don't know. I don't really know, but I make this stuff up as I go, and it makes sense to me. And if I'm wrong, you know, at least I sat here and watched it and played some music, and you know, we got to learn some stuff. It's not about right or wrong. It's about watching this and trying to make sense of it as it happens. So it almost looks as though what's actually happening is this is influencing these currents more than these currents are influencing this. Now that I look at it, yes, we're seeing a blend here of these currents as it happens. You saw it here first. I'll just refresh that, so that's fully up to date. This is happening. So there's been a change in direction. You remember before there was a definite flow that way, and this was interrupting and cutting over the top, and it had a definite outline, and we're now seeing a blend. So following that trend, what I would expect is that this front would curve outward like that. This is my guesstimate. So we're going to go back here with our marker, I think, to see if we end up with that happening. It may just sort of flop out and become nothing. It may flop out and become nothing. We may be lucky on that front. Everyone may be lucky, except anyone who's let's have a look, see. Is there anyone unlucky here? No one that makes the scale. No one that makes the scale. So if your island is here but it did not make the scale, I'm sorry about that. Don't sue me. I don't think you can, for me not being able to see your island on this random map, Google map. Not random map. It's a Google map. So we've had another one again, same sort of location. They're spreading around a little bit, but they're definitely clustered, and quite commonly around about. They're definitely averaging in the high fours. Plus this, of course, we won't count that in our average though, because that's with the killers. So I'm not gonna keep talking. Let's just click the next button and see what happens.
Well, that's just fucking fabulous.
It's a house burglar going berserk with your curtain shut. You arrive home to find there's no furniture. No evidence is turning up. I do this on the daily. Been caught once, but that's a mistake that I'm learning from. You probably heard of us, the cause of your nervousness. I take a life in my hands, stopping me from earning bucks. Turn the locks, blow holes in the back door. Can't take it all at once, but you know I'm coming back. Snatch more, grab the money in the cash drawer. I'm Donnie Brasco, an undercover asshole. This shit here takes massive rolls. I empty out my sacks in your living room like Santa Claus. But wait, let's not be forgetting things. I'm a war cunt. I will even steal your wedding rings and piss on your photo albums and erase your family memories. I will do it again. I'm cutting me a set of keys.
Oh, what a lovely evening we've had, darling.
It's such a nice time, Mark.
Oh, looks like I forgot to close the door before we left.
Oh.
Shit! Janine! We've been robbed. It's gone. It's all fucking gone. They took bloody everything. The fridge, the TV, even the family photo albums are gone. And one...
Oh no, SoundCloud. Even the SoundCloud's gone. So we're still seeing this merger. We've seen a real shift in direction here. For all of these waves, all of this top current here. I'm not sure if that's a good or a bad thing. I think it may be a good thing. I think that what it's doing is it's stripping the energy from the initial blast, so to speak. Again, I'm no expert. I just make this shit up as I go. But let's do a refresh, see if we've had any movement on that front. Actually, we have, but it's going the other way. So that's interesting. So this is now starting to push back up against this front, and it really is, the whole thing is going to turn around and start heading west. We can already see it changing. Oh, it seems to be a lot more turbulence in there. Now, let's have a look at the currents. I don't know how real time this is, by the way. I know that it's fairly close, or as close as it can be, you know, given the data. So that's pretty much exactly what we're expecting. Maybe we do this. Do. Because we sort of... Yes. Look, now we've got some wacky currents happening. Now we've got some definite signs. They fit the shape of this wave a little bit better, and you've... Yes. Okay, so I mean, I'm not celebrating the tsunami. You know, I'm not going to be that guy who celebrates the tsunami as it comes, and it kills a whole bunch of people, or makes people homeless, or whatever tsunamis like to do. They're pretty mean generally. But I am going to be watching, nonetheless. So we're having issues here with our stream on SoundCloud. That's always fun. It kind of ruined my little radio show idea. Let's try, because it seemed to be so much more successful with the streaming and not cutting out. Let's go a bit more Dr. Apocalypse.
They say they don't like my song, but that's what it is. They tell me I should right my wrong. What a crock of shit. And you can judge me all you can, but you won't bring no shame. Cause you can't judge another man until you wear his name. They say they don't like my song, but that's what it is. They tell me I should right my wrongs. What a crock of shit. And you could judge me all you can, but you won't bring no shame. Cause you can't judge another man until you wear his name. Well, it's just another day, another moment in time and space, another memory to regret, another memory to love, another memory to forget, another day in the light, another struggle parallel to another brother. Ain't got no time to judge another way of life. We'll pay the price to stay alright, day and night, taking strides, try my best to stay alive, stay of mind. I try to keep stable, wear a smile on my face if I'm able. Mother, I got food on my table, HD cables, PlayStation games in the mail. I guess everything is okay, everything's perspective, though we gotta find our own way. Try to make a new life, shake off them old ways, okay? They say they don't like my song, but that's what it is. They tell me I should right my wrong. What a crock of shit. And you could judge me all you can, but you won't bring no shame. Cause you can't judge another man until you wear his name.
This is When You Get Really Bored by Angela. I think Angela was really bored. But doesn't it just go so well with the approaching wave? As it doesn't really look like it's approaching at this stage. It's definitely lost a lot of southerly momentum, and we've seen no movement here. Now, it was being swept and torn, but we're actually noticing a definite change in direction. Oh, this is great, these musical tracks. You know what? I know it. I already know what's gonna happen next. I'm gonna rack up my next track. It's gonna be a little something from my old mate from Auckland City. We got some black metal here. Yeah. Oh yeah. This is Descent into Madness by Mortis NZ. But actually, I think more something like this. Sorry guys, that was a bit of a shock to the system. There we are. Maybe it's too quiet. There we are. Who's to say? I really have no idea what the volumes are. You think I'm some sort of professional? Well, if you've watched it this far, you probably realise that no, I'm not some sort of professional. I'm certainly no weatherman. I'm certainly no DJ. I just happen to be awake. So, we have had another quake. Same region, 4.5. So that's just stirring the pot over there. And we can definitely see there is still a front coming off here. It doesn't appear to, I mean, unless the shores of Alaska have already been pounded, it looks like people might get away with this. It was all doom and gloom at the beginning. But it seems as though we're watching the force dissipate. I'm no expert. Don't unpack all your stuff. Stay packed. Be ready. But also be ready to unpack your stuff, because you might have survived. If there's a... hang on. I wonder if I can... If there's anyone in Hawaii watching this right now, maybe you could tell me in the live chat how's the tide. Let's sort of carry on. What am I doing? I'm trying to look at my own thing, not other people's things. Good gosh. You get to watch me watch. But actually no. Let's go back to here. Well, this is nice. A lot of varied stuff coming from Mortis NZ. Good times, had some good times as well. Good dude. Yep. Oh wow, people have been quite active in the live chat already. Shit, let's all have a look over that, eh? Okay. Oh. Okay. Be alive and die. Wow. This is pretty cool. You guys. Loving this. Go Loves. hell. Yeah, we have had some pretty good soundtracks here. Well, you know, I've been planning it. Well, this is great, guys. Keep up the chat. And there is no tsunami on the way. It's true. I read it on the live chat, so that's good. All right, I'm at the end of the end of the live chat. The music's a little loud, is it? How's that? Okay. That's enough of a distraction with the live chat, eh? Gosh. Have we had any more earthquakes? No. Have we got more dissipation on the wave? It looks that way. I think everyone can rest assured here. We've all dodged a bullet, including Honolulu. I mean, again, I can't say that 100% for sure, but I can guess, because that's what I do, I guess. And I stream, and I'm awake more than anything. I get my civil defense notification and I jump online and I start streaming this mad event, which could have been the end of humanity. And I think we're going to probably wrap the stream up here too, because I actually do have work and I probably should be asleep. So we'll finish out this with a little bit more live stream. Oh, hang on. Live. Yes, what we're currently viewing. Let's have a look. See. Back here. I'll show you. Yeah, you go to Ocean. Sorry, I could have done this. Well, let's not do Descent into Madness again. Come on. Oh, bugger it. So this is a totally unexpected song by someone I don't know, called DFA Records. No, Gorillaz. Anyway, so you do all this stuff. You go to you can animate the currents, or you can animate the waves, and you can do the same with the overlay. The overlay can be currents or waves, and yeah, we're looking at the peak wave period. There's all sorts. You can also do chem, particulates. There's all sorts of neat things you can do at nullschool.net. I love nullschool.net. I'll put a link in the description if I leave the whole thing. I will. I'll put a link in the description. I mean, this probably makes me look like a bit of a twat. But you know, fun. So it's interesting that we've got a different overlay now. Not 100%. Oh, here we go. So we've got sea surface temperature, significant wave height. Alright. You know, that's probably more appropriate than what we've been looking at the whole time. We're actually looking at a much better picture of the wave now. We actually see the circle that's formed around the... So it looks like everyone's dodged a bullet. This wave is spread out. It's been sanded down by incoming currents from the west. And everyone's happy. Everyone's a winner. Jesse's on it. And